Good morning, Tigers. Today is Tuesday the 12th, 14-2. Today is a focus on September 11th. This will be a relatively short podcast. In office hours today, I will be showing more content of images and video that actually occurred of the time. So, just so everyone's clear about what and how things are going to occur today. September 11th is the largest one-day loss of life by an outside aggressor in U.S. history. At 8:45, a coordinated set of strikes by Osama bin Laden and one of his top lieutenants, Mohammed Atta, struck at the United States. And the focus was grabbing transcontinental airline flights leaving from major East Coast U.S. cities heading west. At this time, and this may be a little bit strange for kids right now to understand, is there were a lot of flights, guys, that were going maybe across the country that were half full. Typically, if you've been on a plane recently, you've been on a plane that's probably 3/4, if not almost all the way full, before the pandemic hit. So these specific flights were chosen for being large planes with lots of jet fuel and typically lighter passenger counts on board. So 19 terrorists took charge of 4 flights. Okay, 5, 5, 5, and 4. So at 8:45, American Airlines 11, which was taking off from Boston's Logan International Airport, hit the North Tower of the World Trade Center. You can see it on fire here. Okay, and as we watch some of the video going forward, you'll see people think it was an accident of some kind. At 9:08, people's minds quickly change. When United 175, also from Boston, hits the South Tower right here. So now you have 2 coordinated plane attacks against the heart of, the U.S. economy going at this point. At 9:43, American 77, which had taken off from Dulles in Washington, D.C., turned around and slammed into the side of the Pentagon. American 77 actually missed the Pentagon on its first go-around and came back again and sort of bounced into the Pentagon so that they didn't miss a second time. And at 10:10 in the morning, United 93 had taken off from Newark, turned around near Cleveland, flew back above Pittsburgh, and that's when true heroes fought back and caused United 93 to crash into a field near Somerset in a town called Shanksville, killing everybody on board. We'll see some of that here in a moment.
Taxiing for takeoff. Legendary basketball great Michael Jordan is getting ready to return to the game he loves today, Tuesday, September 11th, 2001.
From NBC News, this is Today with Katie Couric and Matt Lauer, live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And good morning, welcome to Today on a Tuesday morning. I'm Matt Lauer.
And I'm Katie Couric. What's that Dolly Parton song? Here we go again. Good morning. America may never be the same, and this is why. A beautiful Tuesday turned tragic when American Airlines Flight 11 crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center. And that was just the beginning. This morning, less than 24 hours later, the heart of commerce and the signature of the New York skyline is no more. Meanwhile, the nerve center of the U.S. military has been deliberately and viciously attacked, leaving a nation and the rest of the world stunned today, Wednesday, September the 12th, 2001.
From NBC News, this is Today.
So you can see a much more somber approach to everything that was going on at that time. And in the Blackboard Collaborate, we'll show a few more things throughout. So after 9/11 hit, almost 3,000 people dead. 24 people were never found just because of the weight. 6 people actually survived the collapse of the towers going out. 246 on the plane, 2,600 in New York City, 125 in the Pentagon. No international air traffic. President Bush addressed the country that night and said, "Terrorism can shake the foundations of our tallest buildings, but it can't shake the resolve of the American people." And he said, "We will find the people that did this and bring justice." His approval rating hit 86%. You can see this is right before the impact of the second plane on the towers. Yeah, you can see it ripping through at the picture I showed. Front page of the Times on on September 12th, with everything going over there, right? So what you start to see is, guys, some of the images, and if you've been here, you've seen these are one of the infinity pools. All of the lives lost in 9/11 are enshrouded around here. You can see some of the steel from the Trade Center. There's a support column. Numbers of New York City firefighters died rushing into the building to come and help people throughout. And if anybody saw, Jon Stewart had an emotional appeal to support firefighters and police departments earlier last year because their funding was running out for health care and things of that nature, the First Responders Act. Here you can see a set of stairs from the original right here, from people coming down out of the tower. This is one of the support beams. Right, you can see how deep this is all underground. You can see how this is the well where was holding up the Trade Center at that point. So a major focus for what's going on, and a day that we should never forget going forward. So I'll show more, but those are the basic notes. We'll show more video in the Blackboard. So you guys have a great rest of the day. Go Tigers.